everyone, Nikki Buckelew here, back with Buckelew Realty Group, and I'm here to answer the question today. What is the most important thing when choosing a new place to live after retirement? What a great question. I'll tell you, I've done similar videos to this one, but I'm going to kind of take this from a different angle. Because one of the things I see and have seen for 30 years of being in real estate is that people have a tendency to determine whether or not some place is where they want to live based on the exterior appearance of the place. Whether it's a house, whether it's an apartment, whether it's a condo or a retirement community. They look at the outside, they drive by, and they make a judgment based on appearances. Well, we all kind of do that, don't we? We even do that with people. We determine whether or not we're attracted to that person or we want to befriend that person or have a conversation with them based on how they appear on the outside. We don't even give them a chance sometimes to show you what they have on the inside. So the same is true with our structures, the places where we live. I'll give you a great example. So I have families all the time that are asking, which is the best retirement community that we should consider? And then they'll name 2 or 3 of them. And I'll say, well, what makes you name those 2 or 3? And they'll say, oh, they're lovely. They look so beautiful from the outside and they've got great landscaping, or they're on all of this land, or, they'll name what those aesthetic qualities are. And I'll say, great. Now, have you ever been on the inside? And if they haven't, they'll say, no, but it's got to be amazing because just how it looks. And what's interesting about that is oftentimes the outside is beautiful. Even the inside might be beautiful. It has great carpet and it has great furnishings and it's beautiful and it's updated or it's new. But guess what? When you're looking at a place to live, it's not just the bricks and mortar. It's not just the landscaping. It's how much quality is there in that property. So let's back up for a second. Let's talk about houses. So houses, condos, apartments, if you're purchasing, new construction can be really beautiful, right? It looks perfect. Everything's just all done correctly. But I'll tell you, again, after being in real estate for a really long time, a brand new home can have its flaws that you do not see. So it could be the slab isn't great, or they cut corners on the wood that they used for the studs. Maybe the plumbing isn't done correctly, or they chose really inexpensive or cheap appliances. There can be things that the common person would not notice, and even an inspection wouldn't pick up because they're not defective, they're just not quality. So now fast forward and think about retirement communities a little bit. So we've had in our market a lot of new communities being built over time. And what happens is people will say, oh, it must be great because it's new. Well, that's not always true. In particular, if you're looking at healthcare communities. So if they employ nurses or certified nursing aides or medication aides, people that work in the healthcare industry, just because they're new and just because the property's beautiful or just because it's on acreage and looks very stately, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's well staffed, and it doesn't necessarily mean that the leadership is great. So don't judge a book by its cover, right? Just like you wouldn't pick your spouse or pick your significant other based on only how they look. You want to get to know the inside just like you see the outside. So there are some great questions you can ask. There are things that you can evaluate to determine. If a house, you would have a home inspection. Well, if it's a retirement community, you have to really do your due diligence to make sure that it's the right place for you. Don't choose and don't let your kids choose for you based on just how a place looks. Give us a call. We have some forms. You can also download them on our website, some free documents on what questions to ask and things to be looking for if you're taking a tour of a house or a retirement community. Until next time, I'm Nikki Buckelew. Make it a great day.